Okay, I'm out here at Waterfront Park in Trenton, New Jersey, speaking with Chad Jenkins, one of the newest additions to the New Hampshire Fisher Cats roster. Chad, right-handed pitcher, highly regarded #1 draft pick, newly up from Dunedin. Has the transition been easier or more difficult than you thought it might be joining the Eastern League here at AA level?
It's tough. The hitters are definitely better, but for the most part, it's been easy. Nothing too hard yet, but can't imagine it'll stay that way. There's always some licks whenever you go somewhere new. So just trying to keep throwing the ball well right now, keep grinding out quality starts.
What are some of the biggest differences that you've noticed between Florida State League and the Eastern League?
The weather. It's hot down there.
Yeah.
I mean, I came from 95 to about 48 my first night throwing.
Wow.
It's rained every night I've thrown, too. That's been fun. But hitters have better approaches up here, obviously. I guess higher level, so they're better hitters. Infield, I mean, the defense behind me has been great. That's it's been nice. But for the most part, it's been fun.
It's been about a calendar year, I think, with Dunedin, and prior to that you were with Lansing, right?
Yes, sir.
Big adjustment going from Lansing down to that crazy humidity in Florida?
It was. I didn't know what to expect. I grew up in the South, but Florida in the summertime, it's a lot harder than Georgia. So it was tough getting used to the weather, and I just didn't throw well there last year. I mean, I didn't really have a great year. I mean, I didn't have a bad year, but I didn't have a great year by my standards. But I came back this year, and I said, if I'm going to get out there, I want to make sure that I get out there by doing well. And I was able to accomplish that. And fortunately for me, I've been able to carry it over through here. I filmed pretty well, give a few runs on some bad pitches, but that happens at this level. So
I've read about you, and I've seen what your pitch repertoire is, but for folks that are going to listen to the interview, can you describe what your pitch repertoire is, what it consists of, and what do you think your strengths are?
Mainly through sinker. Love that pitch. It gets me out of a lot of jams, gets me a lot of ground balls. After that, I have a slider, which I'm still working on, but it's been good for the most part up here. Still needs a lot of fine-tuning, but I'm happy with it. And then I have a changeup, which I learned a new grip this year. It's been really good for me, so I'm excited about it. And if I can string those together consistently, hopefully I finish out the year strong.
The adjustment with the change, is that where you think you've made your most improvements or your biggest strides?
So far this year, yeah. I mean, it's I came in the year with a normal changeup. It didn't really work so well. It was on or off, but the new changeup has completely turned around my arsenal. I mean, I've been striking people out with that pitch now, so it's a huge plus for me.
You've had 2 starts at home with New Hampshire. You're coming up on your second road start, and you'll have split 4 since joining New Hampshire. What are your impressions of New Hampshire so far as your home area?
The area or the team?
Area, team, stadium, fans, whatever you like.
I mean, it's awesome. I've never been in a place where the fans love the team so much. We have a great fan base up there. They show up, sunshine, rain, no matter what. They're there and they're cheering us on. We actually just finished a series with Portland, and it's kind of hard. I didn't know what to expect since Boston's 45 minutes away and it's a Boston affiliate. But fans came out strong for us, and they cheered us on and helped us get a sweep.
So you got a rehabbing major leaguer here with the club. Jesse Litch is with the Fisher Cats. And do you take that opportunity to kind of pick a guy's brain when you're around a major leaguer to try to learn some things and pick some things up?
You know, I've been around Litch for a couple of years now. He was one of the first guys I met when I signed. I think he was doing a rehab too, and I got to hang out with him a little bit my first off season, which is nice. But yeah, it's always nice to have guys like that around. They've been there, they've done that, and they can always give you little tips here and there.
A couple other guys that have been to the big show, Coach Sal, Coach Pete here with the club. What can you tell me about those guys, and what is it like playing for those two?
This is my second year with Sal, and I tell you what, he's an unbelievable manager. He makes it fun to come to the ballpark, and he keeps things lively, and he's fun to be around. He's a good guy. And I was with Pete for most of spring training, and from what I've been around, he's awesome. Great guy. Loves to help. He's always willing to help, and he's also fun to be around. So his coaching staff makes it real easy to come to the ballpark every day.
You've got some pretty well-regarded catchers on this club, Jan and Travis, obviously. Working with those two, does that make your existence easier when you're on the hill?
Tell you what, this organization's got some unbelievable catchers. I was with AJ for about 2 years now, and now I'm with Jan and Travis for a couple of years, and I tell you what, it makes it a lot easier knowing that they're back there.
You're a first-round pick, as we mentioned, and just a couple of years ago, and you pretty much moving up thoroughly through the system. But I wanted to ask you about the Major League Draft just passed here in June, and going through that whole experience. What was that like for you, and how did you celebrate? How did you find out about the pick?
I was sitting at home with my parents and a couple of my friends, and it's a lot of fun. It's nerve-wracking at the same time because you're sitting there, you're wondering, where am I going to get picked, what's going to happen. But when your name gets called, it was an unbelievable experience. I was really at a loss for words when it happened, but I'm glad it's over. It was a stressful time, but it was a lot of fun.
Now, in recent years, they've put it online, and then the first night obviously will be televised the past couple of years. Was your year televised, and were you watching it on television, or were you going online?
I was. I was sitting in the living room. It was on, I think it was the first year they did it on MLB Network. So it was fun. I got to see it from whatever studio they do it from,
right,
which was always nice. But I got to watch it on TV.
Okay, cool. The last thing I got for you before I let you go, and thank you so much for taking the time. People want to know a little bit about you on the personal side. What can you tell me about yourself and what you like to do outside of the baseball field or away from the field?
Away from the field, I love to play golf. Unfortunately, the weather up here isn't permitting me too much. I haven't played a lot this season as well. But, a lot of guys play video games, and they got me kind of hooked on them. So I've been hooked on video games for quite a while.
You doing the shooter game?
Yeah, we're all playing Call of Duty. It's weird. I'd never played video games growing up much, but I've got hooked on it, so it keeps me pretty occupied.
Now you're playing with Dunedin guys, New Hampshire guys?
Playing with everybody, man. We all get online whenever the game's over, and we just kind of play around for a couple hours and go to bed. But my stuff's coming up this weekend. My parents are bringing it up for me. I'm pretty excited. I've seen quite a few ponds and lakes back in New Hampshire, so I'm definitely going to get some fish and stuff and try and hit that up.
Good fella. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Twist up, burn out, blend out, space out. Transcend glitz, are you ready for the lovely